I wanted to... I've done this before on live streams, and I just want to put it for, like, the permanent record. Rob Liefeld's style flow from, we'll say, like, the early years of Youngblood through his hiatus, he comes back with Youngblood 6, and from Youngblood 6 to Rejects, and from Rejects to Onslaught Reborn. AKAPAD here, Peter A. DeLuca, AKAPAD69, say it with me, known throughout Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse. Before we hit that drawing table, can we get a like, can we get a comment, can we get like a little heart? Can you show this video to anyone you know that's into Rob Liefeld, 90s comics, or just anything cool? Because that's really the precept when we hit that drawing table today. Rob Liefeld draws some cool things. I can't wait to check it out. Let's just do it. Let's go. And a little bit different of a format today. So a couple show notes. I found it's not even like the analytics. I just want to do we're doing multiple runs of different time releases. Can I get any of these words out? We did a week of 8 a.m. drops. We did a week of 2 p.m. drops. This is the week of the 5 p.m. drops, I believe. And we're also content just a juggernaut. We are roughly 2 to 3 weeks ahead of everything. But we're trying to do timely recordings, timely drops, meaning like if something falls like Mother's Day and Easter, like a holiday or like a thing, like the Pan American Asian Month, we're projecting ahead of that. And this is all to clear the way for me to get back into regular commentary on movies, pop culture, comic books, and maybe some video games, and or even a little bit of design and graphic design, things I just don't like. Or things I do like, but it's going to open me up to do a little bit more Peter stuff, more long form videos, and get back to live streaming. But I needed to map out just like what the baseline was. So the first release every single day will be something like today, where we're just going to hit the drawing table, talk about what we love, get into comics, and go on from there. And this is becoming a little bit broader of a channel. We're doing the weird things that I'm into, we're doing some of the more popular stuff, and we're doing detailed comic book analysis every single day, like today. So people, all of you, if you left a comment, I know I'm guilty for not responding. I do my very best. It's either you spend all day responding to comments, or you spend the day cranking up the content. And I think you guys like the content more than you like my responses to some of the comments. So cheers to all of you. Welcome and thank you. The AKAPAD Army loves every single one of you guys. Let's go. All right, we got a lot of things to do. I got some drawing to do. I'm behind on some drawing. Let's go. And welcome back to the drawing table, my AKAPADers. I originally wanted to do this all in red, and we couldn't do it. Too much reflection. But we have red highlights. And hopefully you guys get the idea, because we're doing Youngblood. The blood is back. This blood is for you. That was a great tagline Rob Liefeld came up with for the Youngblood Deathmate Valiant Universe company-wide crossovers, 2 of them, right? And say hello to Crypt. We're a Crypt-friendly channel, a Crypt-friendly environment, co-created with Rob Liefeld, but the real creator for Crypt is Stephen Platt. So a lot of people just don't get, when I say the evolution of Rob Liefeld, they don't know what I mean. They are flabbergasted. They look at me with questioning eyes. We're going to get right into it. I don't know why we have 2 of Youngblood 3 here. We only need 1. And we can even see within this spread here, this evolution. If we take Shaft's arm, okay, toothbrush of truth here. And we're going to be going through Youngblood, the Return of Youngblood, Rejects, and then Onslaught Reborn. We also have a video coming up about Onslaught Reborn. But if you look at the intersections here, okay, and this is very much how we look at bodybuilders, the way how the muscles intersect into one another. We already see, and in one short year, we see this refined New Mutant style. His line work is more complete, way more work with the crow quill. His hair, very distinctive, and the cross hatching, way more purposeful. Like you can see here with the bicep, you can see here with the crotch. His poses, the page-to-page layout, the paneling, all superior over what we got with New Mutants. Look at this splash. Even X-Force. This is more powerful, more impactful, and I dare I say more extreme than anything we got with Marvel. And Rob Liefeld has this evolution of working with Danny Mickey. We have Danny Mickey here. This is one of his signature works, Youngblood 6. And Danny Mickey gets into this disbursement of line texture. Like, it's not really cross-hatching. He's going from close to separated. It's somewhat thick to thin, if you want to compare it like that. And even Danny Mickey, he with this cover, he's making choices he would not make later down the road. The undercarriage of Cable's arm here would be more dynamic, more rounded, more shaded, more separated. Even here, the forearm of Combat here would get another form of texture. And by that, I just mean more angle, more cross-hatching, like lines going this way, and kind of even curved to get that roundness. When we look at the cover for Youngblood 3, right, it's and Rob Liefeld's inking himself. It's very rudimentary. He's not separating the lines. He's not breaking up the lines, but he's indicating where the values are and where the texture is. But this is really what we consider the final form of, if we want to call it, Rob Liefeld 1.0. And again, too, say we would cross-hatch here, angle turn, wrap around a little bit of the beginning of that quad, and get more of a roundness and a gradation from darker black all the way into the lightly shaded separated lines. This is a form of cross-hatching and a style of cross-hatching I just feel like misses a lot of people. But during the day, this was considered highly detailed, highly technical, and the reality is this is quick work done today. This is very quick work. So we get to Rob Liefeld, Youngblood 3. All right, and we're doing 3 to 6 just because I feel like people could remember that. 92. Let's fast forward a little bit. 94. So 2 years go by. 2 years go by, and we get 3 issues. But when Rob Liefeld returns with the power of Danny Mickey, we have Kiko doing the colors. Do you see the texturing right here? See? Lines, and then we turn our hand and we go from close to far away. Here, Danny Mickey is designing a lot of his inking is designed for Kiko here. He's giving Kiko double lighting to come in and pop those purple highlights in. And this kind of becomes a signature of Extreme Studios, because even when Stephen Platt comes on board, Platt just goes bonkers with it. But we get more shape with Rob Liefeld. He becomes more of a contour artist, meaning he's drawing the shapes of the eyes. He's drawing the shape of the nose. He's showing us the cheekbones. He's contouring. He is modeling the face. He's modeling the figure. We get some great dynamic shots. Now, a lot of Rob Liefeld's method too is he would draw like this big, and then they would blow it up. And he had a team of guys to work with him blowing it up, because we're in a studio atmosphere. Not a lot of these guys got credit. At one time, they were vocal against it with Rob Liefeld. Guys like Shelby Robertson. No longer are they vocal for whatever effing reason, because they'll take whatever scraps he can give them with modern day Marvel work or other contracts. But we get a Rob Liefeld that isn't reliant on cross-hatching. He is, let's get the toothbrush of truth here. Again, look at the it's not a cardigan, the shirt. We'll call it Bad Rock shirt. If you look at Bad Rock shirt, we see the tightness, we see the wrinkles, we see the curvature of the plaid texture here, right? And again, too, we're modeling the face, modeling the faces. Look at this reaction. But Rob Liefeld would soon get tired of inkers. So he would go from Extreme Studios, transform Extreme Studios into Maximum. When he's in Maximum Press, he's figurehead cover artist, some interiors. Youngblood becomes volume 2 with Maximum Press. I always love this panel. That is so wild. Yeah. And essentially what happens is Rob Liefeld has to take the reins back to hype up yet another company. So we go from Extreme Studios to Maximum Press. Bonus poster by Danny Mickey and Rob Liefeld. And again, too, we see like some of the indicators, we don't get like a good shot of Chapel here, but see what I mean about the modeling? He's so much more accurate a couple years later. So the 94 Rob Liefeld, right? 94. That's really the one to focus on. But Rob Liefeld needs to get back into the game. He needs to take over the drawing board. And when I mean like he gets tired with the inking, well, he just kicks it. He kicks out the inking, and he writes about it. And he doesn't say that the inking is, I think it's this issue. Rob Liefeld doesn't say working without inkers like a good or a bad thing. He really just says like we have the technology. This is like something we should try, but in no way am I disrespecting the inkers. So we get rejects with Awesome, and this is fantastic work. It's some of his best like borrowed designs and borrowed concepts. But it is just all out fun action. His character designs are wild and eclectic. And here, see John Sybil. This is, I believe this was a convention exclusive. I know this is issue 0. I believe there's a Awesome preview edition that had the Rejects Origin, Scarab, and Beowulf. But we see Rob Liefeld here, working with an inker. And eventually Rob Liefeld has to say, when it comes to Rejects, I cannot have an inker any longer, but let's focus on the coloring. Let's focus a little bit more on action and storytelling and like I said, Scarab here, wild stuff. And you guys can see how broken up the pencil lines are, right? Like, look at that butt, okay? It's not a smooth line. Not a smooth line at all. We even see here, see, like, it's just, we can almost like draw through it. And just looking at this, like here too, like we have just parts of it not erased very well. Not even digital. But we get these ideas. And Rob Liefeld is all in. Now, some of the inking here is for the blacks, but we get like great wild ideas. But Awesome doesn't go very far. Has about 2 years. We have Joe Weems here, who was killer with Top Cow, so that was a little bit of a recruitment. But then we get the final form of Rob Liefeld working with pencils. We get that with Onslaught here. And it's just worth paying attention to. His modeling, not quite there. Shot selection, not quite there. We're not really doing establishing shots anymore. Again, look, see, we turn the page, and then I guess like the thing maybe is like on, if we just looked at this panel, like I guess the thing's on the side of a building. It's tough to see. Again, the modeling for the faces not quite there. But Liefeld's just committed to the pencils. Artistry-wise, this is a step up for him. Storytelling-wise, it's a step down. And we even get these partial pages. Like, these are half pages, maybe even less. But he, you know, like, plows through all this. He does complete, you know, the deadlines. The book comes out regularly. And from this point on, Rob Liefeld pretty much had a home at Marvel Comics. He did Onslaught Reborn. He did with Marat Michaels, they did a Shatterstar book. They did their X-Force Return. More pencils from Liefeld with his X-Force Return. This is a partial page here. I know it's hard to tell sometimes through the camera. Yeah, and then from his return to X-Force, he hooks in on Deadpool and just becomes a Deadpool creator. And we never wanted that from Rob Liefeld. We always wanted Liefeld to create new characters. Like, yeah, like, and when he came back to, like, or when he did his, like, 2 or 3 issue Wolverine run, you got spreads like this very quickly of, like, the new villains, the new, you know, even though none of these are new. But he was really good with giving you new things relatively quick. We get some good illustrations here. We get all the Rob Liefeld wrinkles, like here, like see, like how everything just comes from like the center of the eye socket and it just like splinters out. It's like it splinters out from the center of the eye socket and then the nostril for the nose. See, like again, like signature stuff by Rob Liefeld, and it's all again like indicative of his early work here. Like there's a lot of similarities. His finishing has changed. His forms have changed. The way how he sees the shapes have changed. And you get this with time spent and a lot of practice. And you can't say this isn't effective. This is a well-designed page. The direction he's giving, he works closely with his inkers. There's a lot to say. But at the same time, if we're just penciling, you know, like, why do we have a downturn in paneling and storytelling? Again, as I'm showing you these pages, we get very few establishing shots. Nice revelation here. No one liked his version of Hawkeye, but here he reveals it to be Wolverine. Kind of cool. The thing in Hawkeye Wolverine do a fastball special. But we see, like, you know, we're no longer caring about reactions. We're no longer, yeah, and it's a little depressing because you would say through a life that you would be able to render emotion, but you can't, which is really weird because you watch any Disney cartoon, like the good ones, guys, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Lion King, expressions are really easy. But we just get the same expression like over and over and over again. But that's essentially the evolution of Rob Liefeld. Onslaught Reborn, the height of his penciling. Rejects, the beginning of his penciling pages. Youngblood, the beginning of his signature style that came 2 years later in '94 with Youngblood #6. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the evolution of one Rob Liefeld.